Welcome to the K&B Music Den. As always, I'm Brad, and you, sir?
I am everybody's friend, Keith.
You certainly are. You certainly are.
I try.
This week, what are we doing, guys? We're doing the Goldilocks game again, right?
What the hell is
What is
that?
that, Keith? What is it? Is it just good enough? Is it better than what we thought? Is it terrible porridge? What is it?
Is it just right?
That could be just right. So this week, what did we decide to do? I wanted to take on, because it won the Grammy for Best Album of the Year. Got to give it a shot, right? See what we think.
Yeah.
Fun. So let's do Taylor Swift's Midnights. All right. So we're going to put this one to the test. Are we going to become Swifties, or is this completely overrated and no one understands music anymore, or is it, where are we at with this one? So I picked it. I'm going to put you on the spot. How do you feel about this one so far?
That's how it usually goes. Put me on the spot when you pick it. That's fair. I do the same to you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, I want to say I'm glad you picked this because I think there are people in music history that get to a certain level of fame and success that no matter what they do, they get shit all over.
That's true.
Because when you reach the tippy top of the mountain,
Yeah.
there's only one place to go, and that's down.
Down. Everybody's trying to pull you down, so.
We all know this to be true.
Yes.
Okay? They did it to Michael Jackson. I won't even get into all the details of that. But that's probably the best / worst example ever. But shifting gears back to Taylor Swift. Let me start with my familiarity with Taylor Swift, my history with her. I know, when she first came out as a young girl in the country vein, I heard a song here, a song there. Not really my thing, but I did respect the fact that she was writing songs that were connecting with people at such a young age.
Yes.
She has a song, I think it's on her album called Speak Now, called Back to December, which is a ballad.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Gorgeous. Yeah.
I didn't realize that was her.
Oh, yeah.
That's her. Oh,
that's a great song.
That's an amazing song.
Yeah. Now, I didn't say a long December, Brad. I said Back to December.
I know what you're talking about. I didn't know that was her. Okay.
I'm surprised you know that song.
I do, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, she hit some home runs in her early career.
Yeah.
And she did the inevitable, in my opinion, which is she became a pop star. Okay.
Sure.
So most times when people kind of start in a certain vein and then they just become pop and globally huge, I usually kind of lose interest. I mean, is there a bit of a music snob inside of me? I'm sure there's something in there,
Yeah.
Something in this chest cavity range where there's a little music snob trying to control me. But I try to fight it, especially with this video. But I kind of haven't been paying too much attention to Taylor Swift in quite a while, which is all the more reason I'm glad you picked this. So when I threw this album on, the first song is called Lavender Haze.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed it. Yeah, I really enjoyed that song. I thought the wordplay was clever. There was just something about the beat. It was, again, not my typical style of go-to music.
Yeah.
But very well done. Okay.
It was.
Now, again, her clever wordplay, she uses universal themes in her lyrics, and she connects with a massively wide audience. You can't take that away from her.
She does.
Now, I will say, as the album went on, I felt like it was a bit too long.
Okay.
I felt like maybe you don't have to put out everything you wrote for the album. Maybe just the best songs would be a better idea for her, in my opinion.
Okay.
All the Swifties that are watching us have just clicked off the video.
Okay, it's you right now, yeah.
And they will like find out my full name and address, and I will have to hire a bodyguard. I get that because her fans are extremely passionate, which I respect.
Yep.
So please don't hurt me, anyone. I wish this album was a bit more musically adventurous, if that makes sense.
Sure.
I feel like there was a lot of empty space, which is what she was going for. I'm sure she knows what she's doing, no doubt. But I just wish there were more songs I wish it were a more eclectic album. I wish it were more varied. And in fairness to her, Maybe that's just because that pop sound that is the modern pop sound isn't really my go-to thing, like I said. So maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Um, I will say, and again, I'm going to have the Swifties on my ass here, but um, I think she's I think she's more. I think she's a better songwriter than she is a singer.
Really?
Um, I
Okay.
I don't think there's anything particularly special about her voice. I think it has a cool tone.
I was gonna say, I
Um,
like her. It's got a good tone.
yeah, I think it has a cool tone. And I see the appeal. She deserves every bit of success she has. For me though, I don't know. I'm not just like wow. Like you hear someone like Adele,
Oh
and again,
yeah, well sure, sure.
it's a totally different thing. It's
Yeah.
unfair to compare apples and oranges. I
Yep.
get it. But when you hear someone like Adele, and you're like, it's undeniable voice.
Yeah.
I don't think she's an undeniable voice. I think she's an undeniable um talent, I guess. I mean, she's got it all as far as the showmanship and the storytelling and the she's got it all in spades. It's hard to argue at this point,
Yeah.
even if it's not your thing. But I'm real curious since you picked it. Um, when you put on Lavender Haze and as this album unfolded, where did your mind go? What were your thoughts?
Well, first off, for everybody that came to music then, I went through a breakup the last week and 2 weeks. I'm
Ugh.
saying now. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So how perfect. It's like a character play, or what is it called when an actor gets into
Oh.
character by being that
Oh.
character?
Typecast.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
typecasted myself for a perfect Taylor Swift person, right? By
Yeah.
being a breakup. I gotta tell you, man, I did the same thing. I went into this doing I'm gonna be a pop snob. I don't listen to pop music.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit there and judge and pick apart everything. But instead, what I did is I went back to 1989. And I remembered how Ryan Adams, we're a big fan of, went into
Yeah.
each song and showed the workings of it and kind of broke it out in the musical sense. And I thought, okay, there's songs behind pop. Like even though it's pop, it doesn't mean it's
Yeah.
not my style. There's still these songs. So I
Yeah.
kind of sat back and put myself in these songs and really listened to them and evolved through them. Now I got to say, I'm shocked there's not a parental advisory on this. Is there a parental advisory on it?
I'm glad you mentioned that, dude.
So you dropped a lot of f bombs
Yes.
and it made me laugh because I'm seeing like my friends' daughters are having like Taylor Swift birthday parties and stuff at 7 years old.
Yes.
Holy shit! I mean, she sounds like she's wearing like a sailor on these albums.
Dude, and I'm glad you brought that up because I have that in my notes here too. I mean,
Okay.
and I kind of have mixed feelings about it because Taylor's not a little girl anymore.
No, no.
She's in her early 30s, I believe.
Yes,
She has every right to sing whatever she wants.
she does.
But does she maybe, I don't know, I'm asking, does she also have a responsibility to know that a ton of her fans are like 7, 8-year-old girls?
No, that's a parent's decision there. I mean,
That's okay, fair.
you got as
Fair.
a parent, you got to go. Do I want my daughter hearing? I mean, hey, maybe you do. It's just a word, so maybe it's not a big deal. But
Well, but like you said, I mean, unless things have changed dramatically and no one told me, there must be a parental advisory on this album.
I didn't see it.
But I didn't see it either.
I didn't see it.
Maybe
So
because it's her.
that's what I'm wondering. Like, did they get like? Because I didn't see
Wow.
one, but I was shocked. Cause I'm counting. I'm like, oh, there's another. But
Yeah.
as far as the songs themselves, man, they're fun. They are fun.
Yeah.
What I did is I just put it on. I said, let's not be a snob. Let's turn up the radio. Let's drive around
Yeah.
today. I'm just gonna have fun. And I
Yeah.
did. I drove all around. I was in Lancaster, just driving around. I had the music on. By the second or third go round, I started singing with some of these songs to the point where I got out of a liquor store to go get myself some scotch for, this is St. Patty's Day, guys. Gotta
Yeah.
have your St. Patty's
Yeah.
whiskey. But I got out of the car singing about me shimmering, and it was really embarrassing when the guy next to me is in a truck looking at me, and I'm like, damn it, I'm singing about shimmering. But some of these songs do get stuck in your head.
Oh, they do.
I
Yeah.
can see why she gets as big as she does. If you're into pop music, you're a 16-year-old girl, this is right got to be up your alley. I mean, it's
Yeah.
perfect for a 16-year-old girl. I mean, if a 42, 43-year-old guy can sit and listen to it and not drive him nuts,
Yeah. Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Now I tip my hat to her. Yeah.
there is a couple songs on here. Labyrinth, not so big on Labyrinth. Sweet Nothing didn't do anything for me.
Okay.
But then you had songs like Snow on the Beach, where you
Yes.
dropped a lot of the F bombs, but beautiful
Yeah.
song, I thought.
Yeah.
Question was interesting.
Yeah,
Like you said, what was the first one there? Lavender
Lavender
Haze.
Haze. That's a great
Yeah.
opener. Yeah.
So I mean, there were some great songs on here. Just like I said, I wouldn't be my style. I'm not going to go buy the record. But standing from afar, looking at the big hype of it, do I think it's unjustified? No.
Well said. Well said. I pretty much agree. I think that she's been doing this long enough that I feel like a lot of her songs are about either romantic relationships or being a pop star and people talking shit about her
Those are your two. That's her two categories. Yeah.
and overcoming it or whatever.
Yeah.
I think at this point in her career, and I'm not as well versed in her more recent stuff like folklore and things like that, so
I'm not
maybe
either.
I'm wrong. But I think at this point in her career, and she has the attention of everybody. So I'm not saying she should get political. I'm not saying but I'm saying, I think it might benefit her to take the blinders off as
Yeah.
far as what she's writing about. Because I think she could be the person that writes an amazing song about how we should all get along and love is the answer and all that stuff that might actually help change things. I mean, she could do that. So I don't always necessarily want to hear about the guy you just broke up with.
That's been her life, though. She's writing about what she knows. Now, the
Well,
thing is,
yeah,
she's in a relationship with Travis Kelce. I mean, things are
yeah.
going well. Maybe the next album will be a happy, she'll be writing about other things.
Well, when they break up, I'm sure we'll get another great album out of town. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I wish her all the best. I can't even imagine being that much in the spotlight and trying to navigate a new relationship.
Oh, my God.
I mean, it's that I don't know. I
Yeah.
wonder if there are days she wakes up and says, "I wish I could just stop this for a while."
Oh, I'm sure. I'm
Yeah,
sure that is. Yeah.
but you can't.
Yeah.
The only way she could stop it is to just stop making music, stop touring, and just stop and go away.
Well, there's a
Um,
song on here, in fact, and I don't remember the name. I should, where she's singing about a guy who probably doesn't think about her anymore, but she basically went on because she wanted to be famous. You remember like that song where she's singing about
oh
like,
yeah, I
and I
remember
was like,
that.
that's so brutally honest. Like,
Yeah, some interesting
like,
lyrics in that one. Yeah.
yeah.
So I picked out three of my favorite songs. You already
Okay.
mentioned two.
Yep.
The opener, Lavender Haze, Snow on the Beach.
Oh, that's
Um,
great. Yeah.
I think that's a great song.
Yep.
And oddly enough, dude, I love the song called Vigilante Shit.
That's the girl who broke up with me. That's her song. So yeah, there you
Oh,
go. There you
never mind.
go.
I hate it. The
Yeah.
worst
So
song in
that's
the
funny.
album.
Yeah, that's funny. Vigilante
But
shit. So yeah, it's a good
yeah, well,
song.
let me ask you this because this is what prompted you to pick this.
Yeah.
Is Midnight's though, everything being said that we just said, is Midnight's by Taylor Swift a justified winner for Album of the Year at the Grammys?
Here's my outlook on the Grammys. I don't think the Grammys have their finger on the pulse of the best artistic music. I mean, to me, they are just pointing out the trends in music. And in that case, yes, I would say she probably
Yeah.
is the Grammy Award winner for this year. Um, I mean, I would not say that this is the best album released this year, no. But I would definitely say it's Grammy worthy because that's what the Grammys kind of are.
Yeah. Well, and I think we're both thinking and kind of saying the same thing. The Grammys are more of a popularity contest.
It is. Yes.
Yeah. So by that barometer, hell yes, this is the undisputed,
Yeah.
unquestioned album of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I think Lana Del Rey was up for album of the year, and I listened to that album. I think it's much more interesting than this one.
Do you?
Yeah, I would
Okay.
actually recommend you check it out.
Okay.
It's called Did You Know That There's a Tunnel Under Ocean Boulevard or something like that? It's an interesting title.
Well, you originally, I thought, did review and weren't big on that one, if I remember, unless it grew on you.
Lana Del Rey?
Or was this an album? She must have had another one years back. We've been
No, I'm
reviewing
talking
albums
about
for
her
too
most
long.
recent one. I'm
Oh,
talking about her
okay.
most recent one.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember what I said. Maybe it did grow on me. I guess if I said something earlier, I don't even know. Or maybe
Okay.
we're talking about two different things. I don't even
I
know.
think we're about two
But
different albums. Yeah.
yeah. But and you know what's interesting? Um, One of the other things that listening to this Taylor Swift album got me in the mood to do. Oh, and actually, it wasn't just listening to this. It is International Women's History Month, if I said that correctly.
This month?
Yes.
Okay.
So a lot of the channels that I follow on YouTube have been posting their top 10 favorite female artists or albums by females, things like that. So I've gone back and listened to, people that I always hear a lot about, that I've heard a song here and there, maybe listened to an album a long time ago, but
Hmm.
just kind of never really fully dove in. People that you always hear about, that get a lot of respect, like PJ Harvey,
Oh yeah, yeah.
Courtney Barnett. There's so many others that I listened
Hmm.
to the past couple weeks that I'm blanking on right now. But this whole thing with Taylor too prompted me, because we always say we need more females in our
We
collection,
do.
in our physical format collection, and even on our
Yep.
phone, let's say. So uh, I'm glad we did this. I think it helped me understand more that, it's not just fluff, it's not just hype, it's not just pop culture.
Sure.
Um, the girl can write a song.
Oh, she can.
Um, and I'm interested to see what she does next.
Hmm.
I think they released like the kind of the track list and name of some of the titles of her album that's about to come out, and I was like,
Yeah.
that's interesting. But I'm gonna pay more attention to her now, and I'm glad that I am.
Yeah.
Um,
So for this one, would you say it's just right, overrated, or is it underrated?
I almost forgot the whole point of the episode.
Yep.
I would say I was leaning towards overrated, but I'm actually gonna say just right.
I am too. I'm gonna say just right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, Swifties. I may have said some things that you didn't necessarily appreciate early in this video, but at the end of the day, I said it's just right that
It
this
is
album is rated just right, and it just won
a
Grammy Album
Grammy.
of the Year. So you cannot hate on me. You cannot find
Yep.
where I live
Yep.
and punch me in the face. um, no, but hey, man, I mean, you got to tip your hat to this young lady. I mean,
She's doing it.
wow.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, she is it right now. I mean, she is
Well,
the pop star.
she's got enough attention at this point, so I'm putting her behind us. What's next? What's the next Goldilocks?
Oh yeah, you want to know what we're gonna listen to next, buddy?
I'm excited.
I guess it's my turn to pick, right?
It is. It's your turn.
Well, I'll tell you what, I've got a long list on my phone of ideas for this series because I don't know, there's just a lot there that we could do. Lots of
There
different
is.
genres, lots of different time eras, periods. Um, so the one that I picked off my list, have you heard of a band called New York Dolls?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So I hope you're not like super familiar though.
I'm not. This is a band
Okay,
I
because
want to check out that I haven't checked out much.
okay, so that makes it perfect for the series.
Perfect.
Not that we couldn't have still done it, but
Yep.
but we're gonna listen to their, I believe it's their debut album. It's self-titled. It's called New York Dolls.
It's just called New York Dolls. Okay.
Yeah. So that is your homework, and
Perfect.
folks at home, that's your homework. If you're following along with Goldilocks, you frequent commenters, you know who you are.
You are. Yep.
Please, and hey, listen to the Taylor Swift album, even if you think I'm not gonna. These guys have lost me on this video. I'm not gonna listen to this. Listen to it. Hey,
Yeah.
what's all the hype about? Find out for yourself. Form your own opinion. Don't just be a hater because it's popular. I mean, that's the music snob thing to do. And let's be honest, folks. It's fun to be a music snob sometimes.
It is.
But in this case, I encourage you to listen to Midnights from Taylor Swift. So
Yep.
great choice, Brad. Our next pick is New York Dolls' self-titled album. I believe it's their debut.
Perfect.
So check it out, follow along, play along at home. Put your comments in on Midnights by Taylor Swift. Please check out. We've done this Goldilocks series for a while now. We've done a bunch of different bands, a bunch of different styles, a bunch of different eras.
Mhm.
So if you like this concept, there's plenty to go dig back and find and watch if you're new to the channel. Excuse me. And there's more to come. So as always, for Brad, I am your friend Keith. This is the KMB Music Den. Please share this video on social media. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, smash the bell for notifications. You'll be notified every time we drop new content here at the KMB Music Den. Thank you so much for choosing this, Brad. I had a great time with it. And up next will be the New York Dolls on the Goldilocks game series. Take care, folks. See you, Brad.
See you.